something special.
The most fearsome starting pitcher in Japanese baseball is
He's a player that most Americans know very little about.
It's you're talking about a young kid that's one of the best talents in the game on the planet.
What a Major League debut. You will never see this baseball again. Santa Maria got him swinging.
He's not of this planet.
From being a scrawny kid and only playing the sport as a hobby, to signing one of the biggest contracts in MLB history. This is the story of how this Japanese kid became an MLB superstar. Otani's parents, Toru and Kayoko, had amateur sports careers when they were younger. Toru played baseball in the Japanese Industrial League while his wife played badminton. So, basically, Otani had baseball in his genes even before he was born. But there was an issue. The Otani family lived in the city of Mizusawa in Iwate Prefecture. Mizusawa, now known as Oshu, is far from the typical urban and dense metropolis many cities in Japan are known for. It wasn't like Hyogo or Osaka, where baseball was everywhere. What you normally saw in Oshu City were rice fields and cattle. But worse, the little baseball vibe the Otani family had was taken away by fate. Following a devastating shoulder injury at just 25, Toru decided to work full-time at the Mitsubishi car assembly plant. His baseball days were officially over. But he never let go. He hoped his baseball dreams would live on through his children, not Shohei Otani, at least not yet. Before Shohei was born, Toru and Kayoko had 2 children, a boy named Ryuta and a girl named Yuka. As much as Toru raised Ryuta to love and play baseball, his busy schedule at work meant he couldn't give him the best mentoring possible. And Ryuta, being only as good as his dad's training, was more average than exceptional in high school. This was something that hurt Toru a lot, and he promised himself he wouldn't do the same with Shohei. As baby Shohei arrived in 1994, his father could already see his son holding a bat. Otani started playing baseball as early as the 2nd grade, and the fearless and tenacious attitude he displayed early helped him develop faster than most kids. He played in little leagues during the weekend where his dad was the team coach. Toru made sure that his son was trained in every aspect of the game, from pitching and batting to keeping a level head during games.
僕が野球始めたのは小学校2年生の秋口ですか。まあ3年生になるかならないかぐらいの。
He was ready to turn his second child into a baseball genius. But something was amiss. You see, the young Shohei saw baseball as nothing more than a hobby.
所属してたんでそういう感じでしたけど、その地元の少年野球団みたいなところには入ってなかったので。
He felt that there were plenty of others playing better and training harder. So, going pro didn't exactly cross his mind. He may have been playing for the fun of it, but there was no denying that he was far from your average teenage baseball player. His little league teammates knew this, but it would take a while before Otani would realize the potential he had. For the time being, the kid continued to run from his destiny, and what he did next suggested that he wasn't psyched about going pro. Given how he felt about baseball, he chose to attend Hanamaki Higashi High School, a local high school in Iwate Prefecture. This was not where students go to if they ever wanted to be pro baseball players, but it was what he chose. When he entered high school, he was scrawny and played in the outfield. But despite this, he could pitch as fast as over 90 miles per hour. But with a little help from puberty and a sumo wrestler diet, Otani started to look better. He was also gradually seeing the light of his destiny. There was now a mindset shift. Now in high school, baseball felt less like a recreational activity, and Otani wanted more than anything to be better and better at his game. He remained disciplined and focused, sticking to the principles his father taught him. When you think of high school, you think of parties and relationships getting rowdy and all that. But Otani was never about that life. If he wasn't playing baseball or training, he was in his dorm. If there's anyone who knows about staying locked in on their goals, it was Shohei. Because the only thing he wanted more than a baseball career was to be a person that would make society better with his sincerity and good heart. Fame can cloud your judgment and make you something you're not, and Shohei didn't want his talent to turn him into a monster. His high school coach, Hiroshi Sasaki, knew this and also helped him stay humble.
ちょっと名前がこう世間に出るようになってから逆に周りの反応も変わりましたし。
High school baseball players were on cleaning duty a lot, and the best players, who were pitchers, were on bathroom duty. Anyway, it sure did the job of keeping Ohtani's head on the ground, because it's hard to imagine anyone being meek when their baseball talent has the nation in a chokehold. At just 18, Ohtani was pitching fastballs at speeds of up to 99 miles per hour. And as for his batting, it was just as incredible as his pitching. No wonder he had the whole nation watching him. But there were other eyes on the young boy from Iwate. MLB teams had scouts fly across the Pacific to get a glimpse of this prodigy. Ohtani was so confident in himself that he felt he was going to the major leagues right out of high school. Something few players in America do, and no player from Japan had done before. He was simply that good. He even went as far as to tell NPB teams not to draft him. But one team, the Hokkaido Nippon Ham Fighters, succeeded in keeping him in Japan. From scaring him about life in the US to letting him develop as both a hitter and pitcher, the Nippon Ham Fighters successfully convinced Ohtani to stay. They were the best team for him, and soon enough, Ohtani would make them the best team in the league. His talents in pitching and hitting were something Fighters coach Hideki Kuriyama had never seen, so he found it difficult to know how to use him. But he eventually found the balance.
He's so talented. It's really tough to use him the right way.
Nevertheless, just like his old high school coach, Kuriyama never treated Ohtani specially. He didn't even compliment the kid until they won a championship.
Last year when we won the championship, it was the first time he gave me a compliment, and he said, "That was great pitching."
Good thing Ohtani didn't play for praise. He just wanted to be the best, and the more he played, the more evident it became that he belonged in the MLB. And even former MLB players felt he was already better than some of the best. More scouts were also dropping their opinions on the kid left, right, and center as he continued to dazzle.
I think if a team tells you they're not interested, they're probably lying to you. You're talking about a young kid that's one of the best talents in the game.
Not only did he win the NPB title with the Nippon Ham Fighters, but he was also the league's MVP. What more did he have to prove? Surely it was time to make that trip across the Pacific Ocean. By this time, Ohtani was still just 23, and if he wanted to go to the MLB, he would have to take a pay cut because of Major League Baseball's international player acquisition guidelines. If Ohtani left Japan now, he would only earn $500,000. And if he waited 2 more years, he would have a contract worth $200 million. His high school coach wanted him to stay 2 more years and get a bigger contract because of fear of injury. As rational as his suggestion was, Ohtani said no. He was going to the major leagues. Even Fighters general manager Hiroshi Yoshimura knew that they would have to let Ohtani go when he wanted to. On December 9th, 2017, Ohtani became an Angel.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the podium the newest member of the Angels organization, number 17, Shohei Ohtani.
Although he had to be treated for a sprain in his right elbow, he went on to have an incredible rookie season. He batted .285 and registered 22 home runs and 61 RBIs with a 3.31 ERA and 62 strikeouts. With 20 home runs and 10 pitching appearances, he touched a record only Babe Ruth had reached. But as a rookie, so when the season ended, there was only one right winner for the American League Rookie of the Year, Shohei Ohtani. But his year didn't end all as well as we thought it would. Unfortunately for Ohtani, he had a scan that showed he had a damaged UCL that needed Tommy John surgery. He wouldn't return to baseball till May of 2019. Was his high school teacher right? Did he come to the major leagues too early? Maybe, but the injuries were really bad. Not only was he missing out on action, but when he got back, he was a fraction of himself. In the 2020 season, he played only 43 games where he was batting .190 with just 7 home runs. But he had come too far for this to be how his story ends. Ahead of the 2021 season, Ohtani was training as hard as ever, and when the season started, it was showtime. 156 strikeouts and 46 home runs later, the Japanese prodigy was in his element once more. No wonder his 2021 AL MVP award was a unanimous decision. If an MVP award wasn't enough, he won Player of the Year from several different media establishments. He even landed in the Guinness Book of World Records for the first pitcher to record over 100 innings and strikeouts and over 100 RBIs as a batter. His 2022 continued where he left off, and he bagged a 1-year, $30 million deal with the Angels for the 2023 season. With another unanimous AL MVP title, he sure did live up to his price tag. But Ohtani wasn't done making history. If Ohtani was going to be a two-way player, he had to get paid like he was working a double shift, because he was, and he's one of the best in the world at both roles. So, on December 11th, 2023, Ohtani made sports history. He signed a 10-year, $700 million contract with the LA Dodgers. The contract was so huge that for it to work, Ohtani agreed to be paid a bulk of it after retirement. A price that big doesn't just belong to a baseball star. It belongs to an MLB superstar. Not a Derek Jeter or Bryce Harper or a Justin Verlander, but a unicorn, Shohei Ohtani. If you told a 10-year-old Shohei Ohtani that he would be one of baseball's biggest stars, he would think that you were pulling his leg. But fast forward to the present day, that is a reality. He's won many awards and broken records many thought were untouchable. But right now, he's on a quest to win a World Series to immortalize his legacy. Let us know in the comment section what you think about Ohtani. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button for more videos like this.